Good afternoon, students. In today's video, we're going to talk about the present perfect with ever and never. So we're going to have some situation in which we're going to use the present perfect, and we're going to say that we use the present perfect to talk about an action that started in the past and continues to the present. So this is the present perfect. And in the present perfect, we use has, have, and the past participle of the verbs. Let's continue. But first of all, let's see in what situations we use the present perfect, because it can be confused with a simple past. So we say that we use the present perfect to talk about events or recent events. We have an example. She has had an accident. We don't say when. We don't say the time. There is another situation in which we use the present perfect, and we say with past experiences. An example: we have been to Paris. We don't say when we have been in Paris. So this is number two. And now number three, we use the present perfect to talk about unfinished situation. An example: I have lived in Paris for 5 years. So we have three situations in which we use the present perfect. Let's continue. Let's continue, and here we go. Okay, this is the present perfect. And the present perfect is the subject. Then we have or has, and the past participle. I is the subject, have is the auxiliary, tried is the past participle of the verb. Then we have a complement here. So we use the subject, have or has, and a past participle. We use have with I, you, we, they. And we use has with he, she, it, with the third person singular. This was the affirmative form. Now let's see the negative form. Okay, so we have the same. We have a subject. We have not or haven't, or has not or hasn't with he, she, it, and the past participle. I have not tried sushi. This is an example. Now in the questions, in the questions we're going to start the question with have or has, the subject, and the past participle. Have you tried sushi? Yes, I have. Or no, I haven't. Let's continue. In the present perfect, we have some words that we normally use. And we have for, ever, never, since, just, already, and yet. And let's go one by one. The first one, I will start with yet. And we use yet with negative sentences. I haven't finished yet. Now let's continue with for. I have lived in Guatemala for 2 years. Ever. Well, we use ever in questions. Have you ever tried sushi? Never. This is in sentences, in affirmative or negative sentences. I have never gone to Paris. Then we have since. I have lived in China since October. Then we have just. Anthony has just finished his homework. In already. Let's see. Alex has already finished his homework. Remember that most of them, for example, never is going to be before the past participle. Okay, in this lesson, we focus more about ever and never. At the beginning, or in the previous slide, we say that we use ever in questions. In questions. An example, have you ever been in prison? No, I have never been in prison. We use ever in questions and never in the answers. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.